Hello, I'm Cerberus Dark One, and on this month's What's on eShop, we're looking at the recent Nintendo Direct, a quick new game chart, but first, some new releases. Starting with Asta, a fast-paced action RPG with 20 hours of story and side quests and a new game plus. Doesn't look too bad for a mid-price game. Next, there's a bit of a retro theme this month, as Riders Spirits gets a first-time worldwide release. Originally from '94 exclusive to Japan, it's kind of like Super Mario Kart on mopeds. Could be fun and real cheap. Also from the early 90s, a Mega Drive classic? The Respark collection contains 3 games: Rocket Knight Adventures, Sparkster Rocket Knight Adventures, and Sparkster. Great names. They really had a way with marketing back then. They've added a boss rush, save at any time, and rewind. Every revival needs a rewind. Now, the definitive version of Shin Megami Tensei 5. Effectively, you get the original game and a whole new side story with improvements, which you can choose to play almost from the beginning. That's actually a great way to replay a game you like. Another re-release of sorts, Monster Hunter Stories. I remember when Stories 2 came out, I was thinking it's a bit odd to release 2 without giving us a chance to play the first one, which came out on 3DS after the Switch was released. So I'm excited about this, but the art style, or humans at least, do look a little bit me-like, if that's a bad thing. Save your friends, fight off the vampire apocalypse, and survive hockey practice in a zany animated dungeon crawler. This looks like a lot of fun. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Cartoon Network. You can see the developers put a lot of work into this. Hey, do you remember the action shooter Metal Slug? Well, now it's a tower defense game? Yeah! Such a weird choice. But I hear this was originally a mobile game, so maybe it's okay? Who knows? Moonstone Island. It's Pokemon meets Stardew Valley with deck building and dungeon crawling, including NPC dating, set in an open world of 100 sky islands. Is there anything else you want to throw in there? It actually doesn't sound that bad. A reasonable price as well. Now we're heading to 2006 for this sci-fi adventure RPG. Choose your playstyle of pirate, trader, mercenary, bounty hunter, smuggler or assassin. Explore over 300 solar systems with 6 distinct alien races. Trade, fight, upgrade. I can't say I've ever heard of this, but it's got a campy retro feel. Dice Folk is a tactical roguelite game based on customizable dice and monster catching mechanics. Build a team of over 100 unique hand-drawn monsters in a game that defies RNG and gives you unprecedented influence on the roll of the dice. Another cross-genre game. Here's a retro-style 3D platformer with 15% off until the 9th of July, and a demo, a standalone sequel to the 2022 indie hit with drop-in couch co-op. I think this looks great. This is everything I want from a retro-inspired 3D platformer. I'm gonna try the demo and probably put it on the wishlist. Another blast from the past. Super Monkey Ball is back with Banana Rumble. They're pushing the 16-player online mode, but I hear that the single player is back to its original best, and this time you can customize your monkey. The 20th anniversary of Beyond Good and Evil. Apparently, although there were a lot of innovations in the game for the time, it just didn't do well, but has maintained a strong fan base and grown over time to be an overlooked classic. It's got plenty of new quality of life features, So if you've ever been curious, this is probably the best version to get.
Your life to the flame gods, blah blah blah, it's not important.
Wait, what?
Begin!
This is actually hilarious. 20% off until the 16th of July. Wasn't too fussed about this with the simple left, right and jump controls, but the trailer's so funny it has completely won me over. It's a nice price as well. I'm willing to give this a go. It's on the wish list.
No, Eddie, please, you gotta listen to me. I ain't the rat. I mean, I'm a rat, but I ain't the rat.
Not quite had enough GameCube games yet? This is the 3DS's contribution to 2013's Year of Luigi. It's nice to complete the set. As there's been a big set of sales this month, which has kind of interrupted the chart for new games, I'll just quickly cover the top 5, starting with Garten of Banban, a new arrival at 4 for Moonstone Island, and a new old story at 3 for The Riders, down 1 place to number 2 for Little Kitty. Now, I know you think Mario collects a lot of coins, but this guy has 2 mansions. With June's brand new number 1, it's the HD remaster of Luigi's Mansion 2. Before we finish, let's take a look at the Nintendo Direct. They covered a lot of games. It was actually a pretty good end to what might be the last major Direct before attention starts to shift to the Switch 2. They started with Mario and Luigi Brothership. I don't really know what the difference is between this and Paper Mario in terms of gameplay. I haven't played either, but a brand new game for the fans. Not bad. And hey, do you remember that thing you've never heard of? Now it's a game. Speed run the game. I'm not sure about this. Maybe NES Remix did a better job of reviving the classics. They're adding some free updates to games and some surprise drops, including Switch Online. I've never played Four Swords, although I think it's only multiplayer. And Perfect Dark. There's a lot of love for Perfect Dark, except you have to download yet another app with only 2 games on it. My home screen is just Switch Online apps. They've got to sort that out for the Switch too. What else? There's the new Mario Party in October. Good to see them get that back on track after the dip it took. Memories in Orbit looks interesting. Darkest Dungeon comes out next month. More Ace Attorney, more Lord of the Rings. Horizon comes to Nintendo through Lego. Who saw that coming? And a game that blew up was the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. That really caught some people by surprise. I know Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was really sought after and beloved. I'm gonna try it. A game I've been playing a lot recently is Dragon Quest Builders 2. Love those games. But I don't think I'd even heard of Dragon Quest before Builders 1, so having the HD 2D remakes of the first 3 games is a great opportunity to get into it and see why these things have lasted 30 years. Another surprise, a new Zelda game in September. I was just thinking a few months ago, why haven't they made more Zelda games using the art style of Link's Awakening? They could have done other remakes, but a brand new game, I'll take it. Like a traditional Zelda through the lens of Tears of the Kingdom. Could be really interesting. And they ended the Direct with Metroid Prime 4. They had to really, didn't they? This infamous missing game that's been started, stopped, rebooted, changed hands. It would not surprise me if this was a Breath of the Wild thing, where the game comes out on both Switch and Switch 2. It doesn't look too bad, but what we saw felt like 93% cutscene. At this stage I'm not too fussed about it. I'm more interested in Zelda and Dragon Quest, and weirdly Donkey Kong. If you don't know, Donkey Kong is my favourite game character. I choose him whenever possible, and Returns is a great game. Normally I don't double dip. I'm one of 10 people who doesn't have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe yet. I didn't even get Pikmin 3 Deluxe, but you know what? A HD version with the extra levels, I might have to go for it. Well, it'll be business as usual with next month's What's on eShop. I'll see you then.
Well, go on. What are you waiting for?
I don't have a walking animation.